Good evening, everyone. Thank you all so much for coming, and welcome to the Coach DeBesse Show. My name is Carly Isbell, and I will be your host for the evening. I'd like to go ahead and give a shout out and thank you to Black Walnut Cafe for having us tonight. And without further ado, I'd like to welcome Coach DeBesse, our star of the evening.
It's a pretty slow night if I'm the star of the evening, I can promise you that.
Well, we're very happy to have you, and congratulations on this being your first year as head coach for Grapevine Mustang football.
Thank you. It's been a thrill. It's been an honor. These guys right up here, that's all I need to say. I mean, we get a chance to coach great kids at Grapevine, and it's truly been an honor.
I understand, and I'm just going to ask you some welcoming questions, if that's all right. So how is your approach to coaching going to look different than the previous staff?
Well, first off, the previous staff and the previous head coach did a phenomenal job. And so the program that I was fortunate enough to take over was in pretty good shape. I think just some personality traits of mine might be a little bit different than maybe what's been around in the past. I'm big on structure. I'm big on organization. I'm big on discipline. The kids are always going to come first. Every decision we make, we're going to ask ourselves the question, will it help us coach kids to be the best that they can be? And I don't know that there's going to be a whole lot different, but I'm going to be who I am. Our coaches are going to be who they are. Thank goodness we've got some players that have trusted us, and we're having a great time together.
Awesome. That sounds fun. So you were the offensive coordinator last year,
Yes, ma'am.
And now you're a head coach. How have you adjusted to this new position?
I don't know that I have yet,
Of course.
to be honest with you. If you could have seen me last week, the first game week, I couldn't believe all the things that were coming at me from outside of football, just having to do with the first week of football and everything that goes with it. But it's a learning experience. When I decided to pursue the job, I made it real clear that there's a lot of things I don't know about high school football, as far as UIL, just the daily ins and outs. I know football. Most of my time was spent in college, obviously. And so I was real honest with the administration that I'm going to have some help in that area. Our coaches have been awesome. Our administration's been awesome, and so far so good. I hope.
You hope. We all hope. So compared to previous leadership, what are some adjustments you plan personally on making as head coach?
Again, I mean, our leadership was outstanding. We had great leadership. I learned a lot from our leadership. I'm going to go back to, again, my personality traits, especially during the football season. I have a tendency, ask my bride, I have a tendency to put blinders on. I have a tendency to really narrow my focus. I'm big on making sure that our players know that everything we decide to do is in their best interest. Again, I think that comes back to a lot of things we do structurally, a lot of things we do practice-wise. I just think it comes back to that for me. Self-discipline is huge to me, and I try to be a good example for the kids. That's not a football lesson, that's a life lesson. And so everything we do, we're just trying to prepare these guys to be great husbands and great fathers and great citizens.
Well, I know you did have a lot of preparation going into the 2023 season because you only have 6 or 7 returning starters, and 2 of them are still recovering from injuries. So do you think that had an impact on the Mustangs' loss last Thursday?
I think it probably did a little bit, only from the standpoint that, we did have some guys going out there for the very first time. You can't replicate that in practice. You can't, no matter what we do in practice, you can't simulate and replicate the feelings and the emotions and the anxiety that you have when you line up for the very first time. And not only do we have guys line up for the very first time, it wasn't like they were young guys. Sometimes with youth comes ignorance, and that's not a bad thing, you know, because you don't know what you don't know. When you're a senior and you're starting for the very first time, like, this is it. I got to make the most of every opportunity, you know. So we had a little bit of that, I think, going on the other night. But there's a reason for everything. Everything happens the way it's supposed to. When this season is written and we look back, we'll be able to understand why we went through what we went through last week and had to face the adversity that we did. That adversity is only going to make us stronger.
Okay. And was it difficult for you to replace some of those players on both sides of the ball?
Well, I mean, it's exciting. I think, I don't know if difficult's the right word. I mean, challenging for sure, but that's our job. I mean, that's why they call us coach. I mean, you know, no matter who it is. I mean, we might have to replace a guy who we counted on being a starter all year long. You know, God forbid somebody gets hurt, somebody else has to step in. We're in the same situation. And so, you know, you hear the term next man up philosophy. I mean, that's the way it is. I mean, that's the way it has to be in football and in athletics. And so, was it difficult? I don't know if it was difficult. I think probably more. I think these guys would tell you that the difficulty came in not only we were breaking in a lot of new players, we're breaking in a lot of new coaches too, you know. And I've told these guys every step of the way that we are just as accountable as a staff to be the best that we can be, to be as cohesive as we can be, to be the best teachers we can be, know our schemes inside and out, to make sure that these guys have the most special season that they have, particularly these seniors in 2023. So there's been a lot of challenges, but I love it.
Well, speaking of seniors, I would like to go ahead and invite Hayden Rhodes to come up. Hi, Hayden. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too.
How are you doing this evening?
Good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So you're a senior this year.
Yes, ma'am.
How are you feeling?
Excited.
Excited?
For the season, yeah.
That's it?
I'm happy.
You're happy?
Yeah.
I'm a senior this year, but in college, so I'm kind of, I guess, where you're at, but
Okay.
I guess a little more scared. But anyway, you are the Mustang football's kicker. Were
Yes.
you also kicker last year?
I was.
You were? Awesome. And how do you feel about being one of the few returning starters?
I mean, it's a good feeling.
You're a man of few words. Okay. And with this being your senior year, what impact are you going to try and make with this being your last year on the Mustang football team?
For the juniors, I want them to see what it's Mustang football's about and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Just how things should be done.
Okay. Sounds like a good plan. And you had, you had two very long field goals last Thursday. One being 45, one being 47. What was going through your head in those moments? Were you nervous?
Go out there and make it.
Right.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
Nah, I don't really think of anything when I go out there. My mind's just clear.
You're in another world, or okay, sounds good. And last question: why do you think you earned the Attitude Award for this week?
Throughout the game, I just maintained a good attitude. I was happy the whole time, and I was cheering everyone on.
Positivity is very important.
Positivity, yes.
There it is, yes. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I would like to ask Major Hecht to come and join me now. Nice to see you again, Major. We met on Media Day. I don't know if you remember me.
I do remember you.
You do remember me. That's great. Okay. So you're another senior on the team.
Yes.
And another one of the few returning starters. How are you feeling? Do you have more words than him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I do think I am more well-spoken than Hayden. Yes. It's definitely interesting because you know you made the bond with all the guys last year, and now you have to do it again. And you know all you can do is just try to lead all the new players and try to lead them on their best path.
Do you see yourself as a role model for a lot of your teammates?
I like to think that, yeah. I'm a little bit more quiet than some of the guys, but I always try to help out where I can.
That's good. And what were some of your personal favorite highlights from the game on Thursday?
Ooh, personal favorite highlights. Darion getting the pick six, I think was good because he was playing he was sick the entire week, so he went out there and played for us, and he got it done. So I was excited to see that and how out of shape he was on the sideline.
Okay, and I see you're wearing an OU shirt. Do you plan on playing at OU in college, or do you plan on playing football in college, period?
I mean, they haven't offered me yet. We're talking.
Yet is the key word. Yes. Okay.
I don't know if I'm going to accept it, but, you know, if I want to live in my household and get college funds, I'll have to go to UT, so.
I'm also a Pick'em fan, so I'm right there with you. Don't know why you're wearing that shirt, though. Why do you think you earned the Compete Award this week?
Just never giving up. I mean, even on the last drive, you know, trying to keep the defense, we didn't want them to score. They were very classy and took a knee at the end of the game, but we just did not want them to score the entire game.
Okay, well, good competition there, Major. Thank you so much for joining me. I would next like to ask Brady Boozer to come up. Oh, I'm so sorry, and Bradley Stanier. Oh, wait.
Grab a chair.
Can you grab a chair?
Oh boy.
Can y'all share a mic too? Is that okay?
Yeah, we can just put it right in the middle. Just sit right here.
You can scoot over just a little bit. Yeah. We good? Y'all comfortable?
For the most part.
We're good? Okay, so both of y'all were chosen for the Discipline Award this week, and both of y'all are juniors. Brady, you're a safety, and Bradley, you're a defensive end, correct? Okay, awesome. How was your first game of the season as a first-year starter? Either one of you.
I was so excited to be out there.
You were excited?
I was so
No
happy.
nerves or anything?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes,
I
of
was
course.
very nervous.
Okay,
I was
but mainly excited.
mainly excited.
That's good. What about you?
I was pretty nervous
You were?
going into it, but once the game started going, I just felt pretty confident and just started playing football.
That's fun. And do you think you all worked well together as a team on Thursday, or did y'all see some obstacles?
I think we definitely worked pretty well as a team on Thursday.
Yeah, I'd say we were pretty close.
Awesome. And, okay, Bradley, how did you feel when you successfully sacked Wakeland's quarterback multiple times on Thursday? What was that feeling?
Oh, I was really tired. He was pretty far, but I just had the adrenaline rush, and
It was all that excitement.
yes.
Yes. Awesome. And Brady, why do you think excelling in two sports helps you as a football player?
I think it just kind of gives you like first you're always like in shape. There's no really off season. So I think it kind of gives you a little boost in like a conditioning aspect, and you could get an extra like work hard you just work hard all through the year.
Okay. And why do both of y'all think y'all earned the Discipline Award this week?
I mean, just hustling everywhere, not really ever giving up, and whooping the guy in front of you.
I think for the most part, both of us we did our job mostly throughout the game, and so that's kind of what got us that.
Okay, well, thank you for joining me. Thank you. Now, I have two more people I would like to ask to join me, one being senior Connor Bell, and the other senior being Demontrez Dunn. Hi, Connor. Good to see you again.
Good to see you.
So y'all are both seniors. I'm going to ask you the same question. How do we feel about senior year?
I mean, I'm pretty excited. I think we got a pretty good football team, and I think we can do some damage this year.
I'm just excited to play football. I
Excited
just
to
love
play
playing
football.
football.
You love playing football. Do you plan on pursuing football in college?
No,
No.
probably not.
But you do love it.
Yes, ma'am.
That's awesome. What about you, Connor? Do you plan on pursuing in college?
No, ma'am, I do not.
No. Have we started applications or anything like that? Have y'all started doing that?
I have. I've applied to a few schools.
A few.
Mm-hmm.
You say that pretty confidently.
Maybe.
Yeah. What about you?
I'm applying to Arkansas pretty soon, and Texas Tech.
Okay, I applied at Tech also. That was
Really?
one of my, yeah, it's a
Yeah.
good school. I had family that went there. So let's see. Y'all are both running backs.
Yes, ma'am.
Who's the better running back?
We're both good. We both have our own talents, and we're good at our own things. He's good at things I'm not good at, and I'm good at things that I'm good at.
I like that answer. Okay, and y'all are both filling some pretty big shoes because last year's star running back was Parker Polk,
Yes, ma'am.
and he did graduate in the spring, and he had a rush of 1,800 yards last year,
Yes, ma'am.
and was selected first team all area and honorable mention all states. How do y'all feel having to fill those shoes?
I don't know. I mean, it is big, but I mean, just go have fun every week. Don't think too much about it. Just go have fun. Go play football.
I mean, I think since we both kind of offer different things to the team, I think it's almost, I wouldn't say better, but it adds a different aspect to the offense because you have two guys who can go in there and do some damage instead of one and just wearing him out.
Great answer. And, oh, I'm so sorry. And why do y'all both think y'all were chosen for the Family Award this week?
I mean, throughout the whole game, we were just talking, helping each other out, passing the ball back and forth between us, just sharing it. And I mean, we were both doing our jobs, so I think that was pretty good.
Yeah, I agree with what Connor said. We were sharing the ball a good amount. Both got good reps and uplifting each other the whole night, good or bad. We were just family.
It seemed like a brotherhood on that
Yes, ma'am.
field on Thursday for sure.
Yes,
Well,
ma'am.
thank y'all so much for joining me. I would next like to ask Ian Hatton to join me. Hello, Ian. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
So you are a junior.
Yes, ma'am.
So you still have 1 year left. I won't ask you the senior questions yet. Don't worry. And you're a tight end.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you like being a tight end?
I do.
You do? Okay. And you are also a first game starter. How do you think you played on Thursday with you being your first time?
I thought I played all right. It was a little slow at the beginning, but once I got hit once or twice, got the blood flowing,
Yep.
I started moving a little faster and playing the game.
That adrenaline kicked in?
Yes.
Yes. So the number one tight end, Brady Wagner, is out recovering from a broken leg. I'm going to ask you the same question I asked them. How do you feel filling those shoes?
Well, he's obviously a great player, and he's got several offers right now, so it applies the pressure to play good and almost not play almost at his level, but play as good as I can and help the team win games.
And what does football mean to you?
I love it. I love coming out in the morning to my family and getting to put work in, and on the game days, the feeling you get to go out there and play.
It's a good feeling?
It's a great feeling.
Great. Why do you think you earned the Fight Award this week?
Well, I like to think that on every play, I went in and gave my full effort and tried to block as well as I can or run with the ball in my hand as well as I can. So, yeah.
Well, I think you earned it for sure. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
I would next like to ask Darion Burns. Hi, Darion. Nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you too.
OSU shirt.
Yeah.
Different Oklahoma shirt now. Okay. And you're a senior,
Yes.
correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you want to go to OSU? Is that too obvious?
No, not really.
No?
It's just a shirt I wear.
Okay, sounds good. Do you know where you do want to go? Do you have options?
I would probably either my top 3 are Colorado State, Arkansas, or Texas Tech.
If you had to choose one.
If I had to choose one, I would probably choose Arkansas.
Why?
Because, like, most of my friends are going there, and I just want to be around my friends.
Okay. When you say friends, are some of them your teammates, fellow teammates on the football
Yes.
team?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. So you are a defensive back.
Yes.
How do you think you played?
Honestly,
on
I think I played well.
Thursday.
I didn't allow no touchdowns scored on me. I wouldn't say I didn't have no ball caught on me. I'm positive about that one.
That's good. I see that your twin brother Darius
Yes.
is also on the team.
Offensive player.
Yes. So y'all are on different sides of the
different
ball.
side, yeah.
Do y'all?
Yeah, we do go against each other.
Yeah.
I would say, if you were gonna ask,
I was.
it's definitely like 50-50. Like we both give each other like our best work we could do, and it's just good competition for both of us.
I'm sure it's a good environment to grow up in and stuff, and just have that connection. Well, why do you think you earned the Tough Award this week?
Honestly, like coming off of like a strep throat, I missed 2 days of practice, and like my body just felt dead. And I didn't think I was gonna play, but coming in on Wednesday night with the dinner, like just being around like all my teammates and everything, like it kind of boosted me, and like I just wanted to be there for my team, so that like made me want to play more and like get ready.
Well, congratulations on earning that award, and thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Coach, will you come back and join me, please? I think you made great selections for your DNA Players of the Week. Do you agree?
Well, I agree, and we've got 6 criteria for the DNA award, but we got 8 award winners. And I told the team Friday when we made the announcements as who they were, that we're going to err on the side of recognizing more than 6. If we're having a discussion as a staff and we can't decide between 2 guys or 3 guys, we're going to recognize 2 or 3 guys. These guys have put in a tremendous amount of work and effort, and it's all about recognizing them for a job well done. So I think it's a great group, and I think it's representative of the type of performance that you saw the other night.
Well, I'm definitely seeing a family connection between all of y'all, and that's what is most important. So, but I do hear that you have some highlights.
We have some highlights
that you want to go over.
Yes, I'd love to go over the highlights. Yeah, how about that? And of course it says I screwed it up. All right, so what we've got here is clips from the game, and you're going to see some highlights. You're also going to see the story of the game, too. You're going to see some things that we didn't do particularly well or some key turning points in the game, but I don't know how you watch these. I don't know how you go through a game and not be real, you know what I'm saying, and talk about where we need to improve. We're going to look back as we go through this season, and we're going to remember this last week, and we're going to be proud of how far we've come. This first shot is just a shot of our defense. This is the first drive of the game. That's Major setting the point right there. And this is a good picture of the structure of the defense and how the defense should work. You see Major setting the point right there and fencing everything back inside to his help. There's Leighton Towery coming over the top and making a play. So that's a fairly aggressive play. And the other thing I want you to notice is how many red shirts are around the ball. Okay, that's been the mark of our defense really since we started putting the pads on. It was that way in the scrimmages. All right, just same series, first series, just another run, showing the aggressiveness. Look at the front. Look at the front line, reestablishing the line of scrimmage right there. This is Bryson Davis coming up from his free safety position. But again, I hope you can see from this picture how it all fits together, forcing everything back inside. See the end zone shot. All right, so here's one of the things that we've got to work on, okay? It's not all good news, but I'm a realistic optimist. I don't wear rose-colored glasses and think everything's rosy and what have you. We got some things we got to get better at. One of them's eye discipline as far as scrambles. We gave up 3 third and long scrambles, 2 of which resulted in touchdowns, okay? They scored 2 touchdowns on our defense. Now, I'll say this is an unbelievable play by their quarterback. Unbelievable play by their quarterback. We should rush to the upfield shoulder right there. We should rush to his right shoulder, his upfield shoulder right there, so he can't escape this way. But he does, and then he throws across his body to make a throw, okay, to pick up a big 3rd and 18. So we got to get better there. We got to get better at contain. We got to get better at eye discipline as far as scramble is concerned. So they go up. Sorry about the quality of the video here. I don't know what happened, but that's what we got. All right, this is DeMontrez here, okay, on a big run in the offense's first series. Okay, this is just our inside zone or predetermined handoff right here. Okay, great job of breaking great job of breaking tackles. Now I want you to see this. Everybody focus down here. Everybody focus on the right side of the screen, okay? Focus on the right side of the screen. When DeMontrez gets to the sideline, you're going to see one of our guys right there take a face plant. See our guy right there take a face plant? Boom, right there. See that? Okay. So one of our guys. Now, this is the difference. God bless him. This is the difference in an offensive lineman and a wide receiver. Watch Rondell Carradine. Watch him jump over. Watch that. Look at that athleticism right there. So no offense, Ben and Bergen. No offense. All right, but that's pretty good. All right, here's our attitude player of the week. Hayden Rhodes with a huge field goal. It was important for us to get points on the board, right? It was important for us to get points on the board after they had scored on their first drive, and we did. That's a long field goal to start the season, so great job there by Hayden. Now, the other thing that Hayden did a great job of was kicking the ball off for us. If you notice, they had no chance. In fact, this would be a mistake. I'll guarantee you their coaches are saying this is a mistake. Look where he catches the ball, and then he tries to take it out. We got guys like Brady Boozer down there taking a shot, making him pop his feet, which allows all the other red shirts to get there too. So all of a sudden now they're looking at starting with about 90 yards to go. So great job by Hayden and great job by our coverage team, okay? Here it is from the end zone, so you can see some of the guys getting in on the play. We have quite a few starters. Cooper Towery in on the play right here. We have quite a few starters. Bryson Davis on our special teams right now. One of the things we're trying to do is develop backups, okay? Develop backups so our starters don't have to play all the time. This is Darion Burns' interception. Okay, this guy was out with strep 2 days before the game. We didn't think he was going to play. That's a great job of undercutting the slant right there to kind of stop some momentum that they had right there. So now it's 7-3, and the offense has unbelievable field position. For the offense to get the ball inside the 50-yard line, the chances of scoring go up exponentially. Okay, so we've got to take advantage of it offensively. All right, so great job there by Darion. Great job by the defense. Now, beautiful play, right? Fantastic play. Great call, great play call. Taking advantage of the aggressiveness of their safeties off the play action. And everybody knows what happened. Now, I'm going to show you the difference. I'm going to show you the fine line between winning and losing. This is the fine line between winning and losing. If you key on our wideout up top, For some reason, see how his feet move right before the snap? So for some reason, he decides to move his feet right before the snap to get a head start, which he didn't need to do. There was no need to do that. The referee saw it, called a legal procedure, play comes back. Okay, so that's just reality, right? Those are things we got to learn from. You'd rather be late than early. Well-executed play and a great throw here by, once you watch the end zone, great throw here by Hack. Great throw here by Hack. Got a little bit of pressure. Okay, great job of getting it off when he sees the guy, when he sees Will wide open. So that was unfortunate. It came back. Okay, now our defense really starts to settle in. Okay, there's a great play by Brady Boozer on the sideline here, breaking this thing up, getting there right as the ball reaches the receiver. This is called a knock loose right here. This is called a knock loose. Okay, fantastic job by Brady. There's really no place else to go with the ball if you look at the defense. Defense, like I said, really started to settle in as the game wore on. They scored 2 touchdowns on the night, okay? Here's Bradley Stanier coming from his end position right here, okay? He's going to go a long way to chase that quarterback down. Now, why does he have that long? He has that long because we kept great eye discipline in the defensive backfield as far as the scramble was concerned. There was no place for that quarterback to throw the ball right there. Bradley played 43 snaps. Every coach grades effort, and in 43 snaps, Bradley was only graded down with 2 loafs. Okay, and that's a heck of a job in 43 snaps, especially for the first game. All right, another strong run out here. This one again by DeMontrez. I want you to watch DeMontrez. Watch right here. This is something that DeMontrez has worked on. Okay, DeMontrez has brought himself as far as anybody in the program. The first time we met him was going on 3 years ago now, coming in from Minnesota. Watch the cut. Watch him make the guy miss right here. I'll go to the end zone copy for you so you can see it. Oops, there is no end zone. There was another technical difficulty. We lost our end zone camera in the second quarter. Offensive line doing a great job, okay? Those are all rookies in there. The only guy who's not a rookie is the right tackle, and he's playing a different position than what he did last year. He was our starting guard. He's a sophomore. So those are 4 rookies right there, and the veteran is a sophomore. All right, they really did a heck of a job. But look at that move. Look what he does to that safety right there. That's a big-time move right there. All right, Connor Bell. Okay, Connor Bell ran really. Look at the knock. Look at him knock this defensive back forward right here. Okay, he does this time and time again all night. You also see, again, the offensive line doing a good job establishing the line of scrimmage. We talk about pressing the line of scrimmage with our inside zone. Watch Connor press the line of scrimmage. Okay, not make his mind up too quick. Finds out where the ball should go, and Connor did that all night long, actually being physical and running over people, okay? Boom, okay, lowering the boom right there. All right, this is a great check by Hack here, okay? This is all on him where he takes it, whether he takes it down to grass or whether he goes to the boundary with it. Okay, Ian's right there in the cheat motion. Okay, DeMontrez, I believe that's DeMontrez at the dive back, and this is Mason Tatum. There's this Kobe. It's Mason. That's Mason, isn't it? Okay, that's Mason at the pitch back. Okay, all right. So this is triple. This is triple read. Hack sees number 1 or his read key closing right there for dive, and then he sprints to his pitch key. Pitch key takes quarterback, so he pitches the ball. Okay, I want you to watch Ian Hatton. Watch the guy in motion from the backfield, coming out of the backfield. Watch him arc. Keep your eyes on him. Boom, maintains contact, drives him all the way to the 10-yard line. Great job by Ian. Great job. Okay, so we got a good drive going right here. Okay, another example of Connor Bell being physical. And let's face it, in the red zone right here, you got to be physical. You can't always block everybody in the red zone because everything gets tight. Those safeties get tight. Look how tight the safety is to the line of scrimmage right there. Okay, he meets Connor about 1 yard, 2 yards from the line of scrimmage, and Connor knocks him back about 2 yards. Great run, great tough run, puts us in great shape down inside the 5-yard line. Again, a great job of Connor trusting his offensive lineman. All right, and unfortunately, we have a mistake, okay? This is a read right here, okay? This is a read play. This is either a give, or if the give's not there, we'll go ahead and take it out and see what we can make happen on the perimeter. Unfortunately, we just predetermined this thing. You can see there's no mesh. There is no mesh. There is no mesh, therefore there is no read. You can see if we had given the ball right here, we're not going to score probably, but we're not going to have this happen right here. So this is a great teaching moment right here. Ball security in the red zone is at a premium. It's at a premium all the time, but certainly in the red zone in a tight ball game like this, you got to get points. You can't be careless with the ball. So we'll learn from this, just like we learned from every other mistake in the game. Okay? Watch the hit here by Ryan Hamilton. Ryan's a starting cornerback for us. Senior, starting for the very first time. Has had a great offseason, a great summer, a great camp. He's one of our really, really good leaders, one of our real positive leaders. This is a great hit by a cornerback right there. All right, another sack right here. We had 4 sacks on the night. We had 139 yards rushing, 193 yards rushing to their 39 yards rushing. And we gave up 1 sack. They gave up 4. This is Devin Thomas, another senior for us. Okay. Devin is really, really quick, and he can create havoc with his quickness. He's way too fast for their offensive line right here, and he's on the quarterback right now. No chance. A lot of guys on defense, a lot of productivity. You see Tatum Evans right there, number 11. See the stunt? Okay, I want to show you all this. This is football 101 right here, so you guys can learn a little something. See how we're working the same stunt on both sides? See how we're working a twist on both sides? Watch the twist up top. See how Wakeland's offensive linemen pick up the twist up top? They do a great job. They don't down here. Okay? And that's what causes the sack. Okay, another sack. This is Major coming off the edge. Okay, you've seen Major involved in run support. Now you see him involved in pass rush. I love what Coach Branscom's done with our defense. We got a lot of interchangeable parts. The whole idea is the defense doesn't look the same to the quarterback each and every snap. We cause confusion beforehand, both for the quarterback and for the offensive line. And again, I was really happy with how fast the defense played. All right, let me just say something before we get on this last drive right here, okay? Because we got some highlights. But I've told the players, you know, when it was 21-6, I guarantee you there were people in the stands, and I guarantee you there were people watching the game, listening to the game, that thought, okay, this thing could get ugly. And it was just the opposite. It was absolutely just the opposite, okay? They showed resiliency, they showed toughness, they showed fight, they showed positivity, they showed belief in each other. We ended up going down and scoring another touchdown. We came up a touchdown short. But very easily, when it was 21-6, it could have gone the other way. But that says a lot about our leadership and says a lot about the character of these guys that not only are in this room, but that you see on this screen right here. Another great shot of Connor. Playing physical, being physical, and this is the kind of offense we have to be. This is the best offense we can be for our defense. If we will grind it out and make first downs, our defense will be on the sideline. Okay, and it's hard for the opponent's offense to score when they're on their sideline. So we're going to keep getting better in the offensive line. We're going to learn some lessons on offense as far as ball security is concerned and poise is concerned, and we're going to have a hell of a football team before it's all said and done. Another great picture of run support, guys playing leverage. We talk about leverage all the time. Major is giving himself up, right? It'd be real easy for Major to say, the heck with the scheme. I'm going to run inside of that number 2 receiver, and I'm going to make a play on that ball carrier. And you know what the ball carrier is going to do? He's going to bounce it outside, and he's going to go a long way. Okay? So that's an unselfish play by Major Hecht right there. That's a big-time hit by Bryson Davis right there. I want you to watch Leighton Towery. Leighton Towery, number 19. There you see both Towery brothers. Cooper and Leighton right there. Watch Leighton get leverage. Watch Leighton get leverage on this tight end right here. See that? Leverage is the name of the game in football. Okay? That's the name of the game in football. If he has leverage on Leighton and Bryson misses the tackle, we might be in trouble. Okay? That's a great job of playing team defense. Okay, one more sack. Again, coming off the edge. Okay, this is Leighton again. The guy's got no chance, But again, he's got nowhere to go with the ball. See that? He's got nowhere to go with the ball. See the disguise down here by the DBs? Look at the 2 DBs on the bottom here. See the disguise? The guy thinks it's one coverage. All of a sudden, post-snap, it's something completely different. Okay, so he's got nowhere to go with the ball. They have a bust in protection. And we've got another sack. All right, now, heck of a run by Connor Bell. Okay, heck of a run by Connor Bell. Great job by our wide receivers blocking downfield. I want you to watch DeMontrez Dunn, okay? DeMontrez is the other back. He's the right back in the backfield right here. He's blocking for Connor, okay? He never, ever quits. You got 2 running backs working their tails off right there. I want you to watch how smart this play is by DeMontrez. DeMontrez is right here, okay? So he's behind that defender right there. Could have easily had a block in the back. Look what he does. He sprints in front of him, and ends up blocking him by making a really smart play right there. Really smart play right there, jumping inside of him. That's a great job by those 2 guys helping each other out and being unselfish. Okay, last touchdown of the night. This one makes it 21-13. Okay, great throw by Hack. Well-designed play, great call on the goal line by Coach Hyde. Okay, not an easy throw going to your left. I told Ian afterwards I was glad the soccer in him didn't take over. I'm glad he didn't kick the thing. I'm glad he caught it with his hands. I was worried when I saw it. All right, great job. So it makes it 21-13. Got a shot, got a few minutes left in the game. Just came up a little bit short. But those are the highlights from the last ball game. So great job by the kids.
Coach, where are you going? Just a couple questions. Not yet. Well, those were definitely amazing highlights that you chose from last Thursday. I mean, I was there and everything, and I saw as much as I could. And I think your team as a whole is doing amazing. Your coaching skills, but their selflessness also is a huge part of that. Now, you did say that leverage is a big word in football, but based on you showing those highlights, I think boom is also. Boom. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I wanted to ask, how important is it moving forward to win the turnover battle?
The most telling stat in football is turnover takeaway or the turnover margin. That stat, more than any other stat, determines who's going to win or who's going to lose the ball game. And so ball security for us and emphasizing takeaways, just like it is for every other team. But I think we do some things that are a little bit unique as far as stressing it. And at the end of the year, we'll have a real healthy turnover takeaway margin because of the work that these guys put in at practice.
Now, it looks like the ground game is working, but how do you have to adjust the offense if you're playing from behind?
Well, obviously, you got to, depending on what the clock says, as far as time is concerned, you're going to have to open it up a little bit. You're going to have to open it up some. And we have the ability to do that. The thing about this offense is, yes, we're run first, but when it comes to 3rd and long, when it comes to 2-minute, when it comes to coming from behind, we've got to be like, whoever. We've got to be like an empty team that throws it around all the time. I mean, there's no excuses for us not to. What happens in our offense is we can't have a huge menu when it comes to the passing game. Our menu's got to be a little bit more concise because there's only so much time in the day to practice. But we've got to be precise and we've got to be efficient with what we do.
Well, thank you. And yes, now it is.
Now it's time?
Now it's time for Coach Phillips. Thank you. Good evening.
Good evening.
Got the pleasure of meeting Coach Phillips right before the show, and I just wanted to talk to you about your student trainer program that you have at Grapevine Mustang Football.
So my student athletic training program has grown since I've been here. We have 12 this year, and it's really an immersive experience for the kids to get hands-on experience, both on the sideline if they have any desire to be around sports, or with medicine if they choose to go into any field of medicine later in life.
That's awesome. I wanted to ask what your application process is to be a part of your student athlete program.
So in order to be admitted into the program, they apply, they have 3 teacher recommendations, and they interview. If they at that point decide that 5:30 a.m. is for them, which is a big deterrent, then we do a work week in August before the boys come back as well. And so usually those 4 things are going to really show the kids whether this is the program for them or not.
Are you still open to welcoming in more?
I'm
trainers?
not.
You're
Once I onboard kids in August, it's really too hard to catch up with the learning after that, and I reopen my applications in the spring for the following year.
Okay, and do your trainers only work with you during football season, or are there other required sports that you have them do?
So football is the bulk of our learning. They get to spend the entire season with me and learning and being able to have me around at all times and ask questions. And then once football season ends, we divide and conquer to the other sports. And so they work a second sport, either winter or spring. And really that's their chance to go and apply what they've learned during football and go be eyes and ears for me and an extension of me at another sport.
And you said that there's not that many returns from last year. How has that affected you?
So I'm kind of in the same boat that the football team is in this year. I graduated 10 out of my 15 last year, and so I do have all 5 of those returners back, but 5 of my 12 are returners. So I have more rookies than vets this year. So
Wow.
That's been an interesting learning experience, having that many rookies and trying to make sure that they are caught up and know what's going on.
Of course. Being our special guest tonight, and thank you, trainers, for coming out. We thank you for everything you do for the football team, and it was very nice talking to you. Thank you, Coach
Thank
Phillips.
Can I just say something before we get started?
Of course.
First off, thank you to everybody that's come out here tonight. I didn't really have expectations, but this is beyond my expectations, so thank y'all so much for your support. These kids are worth it, right? These kids are worth it every week, I promise you that. Second thing is what Coach Phillips and her group does. They're the unsung heroes. I don't know if y'all realize it's been pretty hot this summer, okay? And these people have done a fantastic job, just an unbelievable job of taking care of our guys. So thank y'all very much.
Coach Phillips just coming up and being our special guest tonight, can you go ahead and tell me more about your idea? I heard it was your idea, at least, to have an immersive game day experience.
You mean our guest from the other day?
Yes, for the show and.
Okay, well let's bring our guy. Let's bring Corby up. Where's Corby? Is Corby still here? He went home? It's past my bedtime too, but I'm still here. Well, yeah, okay. As far as the show is concerned, I just thought it would be a great opportunity, as long as we're going to have this show, to showcase some of the other folks that make Friday nights possible, make what these guys do possible. Next week, we're going to bring members of our volleyball team here. They're in season. So we'll try to feature each and every week a different group outside of football, just to shine some light on other things that are going on at Grapevine High School.
I think that's a great idea. How was the pep rally and breakfast with champions last week?
Breakfast with Champions was as moving and special as it always is. I mean, we're thankful for our dads that that they'll support our kids the way that they do. They bring breakfast. They're there to shake their hands and look them in the eye and tell them that they're with them, on game day. And so that's an unbelievable tradition here at Grapevine. And the pep rally I thought was awesome. Didn't you guys think for the first one? I thought it was fantastic. The student participation was unbelievable.
I can imagine. I remember my pep rallies in high school. They were always fun. What are some adjustments that you plan on making for this upcoming week against the Azle Hornets?
Well, without going into specific details, I can tell you that Saturday we met as a staff, and the first thing we did was just analyze everything that we're doing as a staff, everything we're doing from an organizational and practice standpoint, getting these guys ready to play. We did make some changes in practice today based on what we saw Thursday night, some things that we think will help them learn and help them grow. So every day we're analyzing ourselves and trying to come up with better ways to reach these guys and to be the best that we can be for these guys. So it's not so much about scheme, to be honest with you. It's about what can we do in practice in the limited amount of time we have to help them to be the best they can be Friday night.
Excited to, one, have a Friday night football game, to see all of those adjustments that you and the other coaches and the team are making. So now one final question that I've heard that the Mustang Nation has been wanting to know. What do you like on your pizza?
Oh, my pizza. Pepperoni, jalapeno, regular crust, not the thin stuff that tastes like cardboard. Regular crust, but you got to have ranch dressing too.
Oh my gosh,
Got to
yes.
have ranch dressing.
You have to have ranch.
Got to have the ranch dressing.
I actually agree completely with every topping you just said. Well, I would like to thank everyone so much for coming out. I would definitely like to thank Black Walnut Cafe for having us tonight. I'd like to thank Chris Wymore and Davis Burke for being on our production crew and making all of this happen, and the Grapevine Mustang Booster Club. And again, thank you to all of you for coming. Thank you, Coach, for being our star of the night. We're looking forward to the football season this year, and we will see you next week.